Performance managers are used by management to set particular levels of achievement towards the organisational objectives and to allow interim performance to be measured rather than waiting for the completion of the task. This allows managers to address issues early and get performance back in line. Managers must therefore be aware of organisational objectives at all times when negotiating performance measures. When measuring performance, it is important to know the type of performance measurement you will collect, the exact method or means by which you will collect the information that is collected is reliable and valid, and how often the measures of performance will be obtained. Performance measures are generally in one or more of the following three formats: Key Result Areas or KRAs, Key Performance Indicators, KPIs, and Performance Targets. Key Results Areas or KRAs are areas of business performance that will determine the success of the organisation in reaching its strategic objectives. KRAs may differ from organisation to organisation, but most businesses recognise the following KRAs or similar: financial, customer satisfaction, internal business processes, professional development. Each KRA has 2 or 3 related key performance indicators which focus on measuring performance in the most critical aspects of the KRA. As you might expect, these critical aspects vary from business to business and are determined by thorough analysis of the business plan, budgets, and strategic directions of the organisation. Key Performance Indicators, or KPI, is a number, percentage, or ratio that indicates some important measure of performance for an organisation. Performance measures may be categorised as output or operational, input or managerial. An example of an output or operational performance indicator could be the actual number of products produced using new machinery. The percentage of performance reviews completed by each manager for their respective teams would be an example of an input or managerial performance indicator. KPIs are a vital part of organisational planning because they provide a clearly defined way of measuring whether the organisational goals were achieved. They give a clear definition of what is required from organisational players, and they enable an organisation to assess its progress against the strategic goals objectively and highlight when remedial action is required to ensure the organisation continues to expend its resources in an effective and productive manner. Performance targets detail specifically what is to be achieved in what timeframes and are then compared with actual performance in order to evaluate individuals, teams, systems, and processes. Targets should follow the SMART format: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-specific. Let's look at those individually. A specific target states exactly what the organisation wants to accomplish, and action words such as design and implement. When writing specific goals, you identify the task to be done and the time it will take to complete them. Measurable goals provide milestones that indicate progress. This could be set in terms of how many customers an individual serves on a daily basis or how many sales are made by a sales rep. Setting measurable targets allows you to determine and compare the progress of teams or employees. Targets and goals must be achievable. There is no point in setting unreachable targets. Instead, set goals that stretch capabilities a little. Goals that are too hard may not allow you to perceive important but small improvements in performance. Goals that are too easy may undermine performance potential. All targets, goals, and KPIs should have a direct link to the organisation's strategic plan and should contribute towards the success of the department or the operation.